Hey YouTube, what's going on? Team Phantasmal coming at you with another Force of Will deck profile. This is my Charlotte Captain Hook ramp list. This list was based off of my own idea, but recently I was aware that a lot of people at Worlds were running basically the same list as me. But then they were running it better than me, so then I tweaked my deck to run more like theirs. So this is kind of like a top 8 deck list kind of thing, but I didn't top with it or anything. It's just the deck itself did. But I did win locals with this. I came first place with locals with this deck. I think out of everybody in the top 8, I think this deck mostly looked like Quinn Kotecki's. If you don't know who these people are, maybe I'm just rambling. But if you're actually into the Force of Will community and you know how all that is and stuff, he's a very good player. I respect him as a player. So I think my list mostly looks a lot like his. But yeah, anyways, I will go straight into this, and yeah. So first off, we have Charlotte. I'm going to zoom in a little bit if I can. Looks like I can't. There we go. Cool, I can. So first off, we got Charlotte. She is my favorite ruler from Lapis Cluster set, the new Lapis Cluster set, Curse of the Frozen Casket. Definitely my favorite ruler. You got so much playability, just drawing cards, discard outlets, and control. It's just like everything that I could want, and it's really, really good. Judgments 2, energize, you get blue, pay a blue and discard a card, and you get to rest a resonator. And then when you flip, you get to draw cards 5 minus the amount of cards in your hand. So there you go. So 5 minus 0 is 5, 5 minus 1 is 4, yada yada yada, you get the point. And then single time you draw a card, you gain 100 life. So you gain some life back, which is kind of relevant. And then you can pay to discard a card and then return a target resonator to the top of its owner's, to its hand or deck? Top of its, to its owner's hand. Okay, sorry. Not to the deck. And this card cannot be attacked either. So yeah, she's just really, really good. I like her a lot. She just refills your hand, which is fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to put that out of the way. Now, I do have a side deck for this deck because this is one of my serious decks that I like to play now. As I said, I did win a local with this so far, so it's good. So first off, we have the 4 Deepwood, and then the rest are all just basic green wind magic stones. So, pretty standard stone lineup, but yeah. So, let's go on to the main deck. Main deck. Here we go. We got 4 of the Sacred Elf. Basically, it's just part of the ramp. You just ramp green. Enough needs to be said. Then we got our draw power. Woohoo! 4 Tama. Basically familiar with Holy Wind from Grim Cluster if you played back then, except for less damage dealt and less cost for the pay of it. But still same stats. So yeah, really good. 4 Red Riding Hood, another ramp card basically, and gets really, really big late game and can remove stuff in the game because she gets precision and first strike. So yeah, pretty good. Just more ramp, and then more ramp. Melfi, I love Melfi so much. Melfi's amazing. Yeah, I love this card. What it does, quick cast, you play it, and then you can produce one of any color. Its other effects is if you played 2 or more cards this turn, you prevent damage dealt to target J Resonator. So, or is it all damage? All damage. Okay. And then 2 Torn Elf for more draw power. So it's the second card you play the turn. If you play 2 or more, you get to draw a card, basically. And then onto the big guys. For Christie, love it. Christie's awesome. Just instant removal of anything. Keep in mind that this is also a Lapis Cluster deck, so no New Frontiers in this one. So yeah, really, really good. And then everybody's favorite Hook, Captain Hook. He's basically like the star of the Lapis Cluster, and star of like worlds and everything like that. So, returns 2 target special magic stones or up to 2 target resonators. You have to choose either or. So, yeah, pretty good. pretty good. And then 1 red boy for board clear. Funny fact is I dropped this guy on turn 3 at locals. And it's just like, cool. Like, that just shows you how well I had the ramp up and everything. So, dropped him on turn 3. Usually I would mulligan him away, but I knew what my matchup was, and I knew in this matchup that he would be better than Hook. So, that's why I did that. And then 3 Whispers from the Wind. Basically, it makes it so Sacred Elf and Tama are free. You basically reveal the top, and it pay 1 green less if it's the next card you play. So then you just play Tama for free, for no cost, and you get to draw a card. Or ramp. Either or. So, free is free. And then 2 Charlotte's Water Transformation Magic. Yeah, just make everything small so you can kill stuff too. With Christie, and just in general trying to beat over stuff. Plus Remnant. So it's also discard outlet for your ruler ability. 2 Lightning Strike. Instant removal if I'm playing a ramp deck like myself and try to slow them down, and then I can still be ahead. So, Lightning Strike. And people are asking, how do you play that? Well, you play it through Home in the Sages. So if you played a card this turn, you can tap this and produce 1 of any color, or tap it, pay 2, and banish this card and draw a card. So late game, you can banish them if you don't need them anymore and just draw cards. And then, but yeah, you just play Lightning Strike with that. So, and then lastly, the last two Twofold Chant. This is pretty much a key card. Like, you need to cancel your opponent's stuff, or you just can lose out straight. So, yep. It's all about playing. So then, I have a side deck. Let's go into the side deck. Woohoo! Thief Sting! Yeah, you can play Thief Sting as well. Switch out your ruler. It's pretty... The reason that you do this is Shackles of Ice, because then you can't use your ruler ability anymore, which is a pretty key part about Charlotte. It really depends. It depends if you want to be able to do board presence. This gets you more board presence, while Charlotte gets you more hand advantage. So it's kind of like there's different stuff that can work right there. But I did really well with her because I actually was late game. I had a Christie in hand. I flipped her over, and then I made Christie do her ability that turn, and then she was doing like 16-16. I was able just to swing in for game, basically, because she gives elves 4/4 boost, and then Christie's own activated abilities, you pay 1 if she's your ruler / J ruler, and you get an extra 200. So there's just cool stuff like that. It has synergy in the deck because you play like certain amount of elves too, so they all get bigger and bigger. So, but yeah, Shackles of Ice makes it so your ruler can't use activated abilities. So Charlotte, Mikage mostly are those kind of cards. And then 2 Heavenly Gust, or is that what it's called? Yeah, Heavenly Gust. Basically just destroy all your opponent's additions that are troublesome. Just get rid of all that stuff. And then switch up the stone lineup for Blasting Waves. This is for if my matchup's like, I'm playing like a deck that doesn't run any special magic stones, I have to consider if Captain Hook is the right choice. Because then otherwise I can just swap in the 3rd Lightning Strike and 3 Red Boys, basically. So it's pretty much preference, really. It's just depending on my matchup and what I think is going to be better in that situation. And then lastly, the Secluded Elven Village, so that I can block those flyers. Especially like Fairy Tale decks. A lot of them like fly, so you can just block them, and they just kind of lose like their advantage a little bit. So yeah, that is basically this deck. Like I said, I think this deck most resembles the 2nd place player at Worlds for the Force of Will. I think, Quinn Kotecki. I think that's what this deck resembles the most, if anybody's asking. So yeah, shoutouts to him. Again, I took some of his ideas and other people's ideas, and I took my own ideas, kind of thing. I kind of mished and mashed, I think, like any good player would do. It's kind of like just the part of the game. Switching ideas back and forth. And then Believe me, I'm not the best deck builder in the world. I do have some kind of sense of knowledge for it, but still, I definitely like opinions and critiquing and stuff like that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend if you're playing Lapis Cluster, which I'm playing a lot of Lapis Cluster lately, you guys should try this kind of deck out. It is really super, super fun. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. I was kind of surprised how fun it was, to be honest. So yeah, this game's all about fun. So definitely try it out. All right, guys. Take care. Peace.